Okay, so this is the wave painting that you've got in your pack that we're going to do. I've been very loose, my hands almost very shaky with it. That sort of technique creates a cloud that almost looking quite natural before we've really done too much to it. Okay, a little bit more white, tiny bit of blue, tiny bit of medium. Now you don't need to copy exactly the same cloud shape like I said, but it's just to give you an idea. Good idea to put the clouds very soft on the bottom as well. So let's make sure my head's out the way. So make sure you've got that line. So you need to take your time doing this, and I'm just following across. If you get the horizon okay, then the rest is fairly easy. Okay, so I like that colour. So again, I am just filling it in the lines. So now we're going to do this main blocking of white. So, and I'm just following the lines and looking basically the direction and which way the wave is moving. And I'm trying to paint it that same way. Yeah, does that make sense? So, I'm almost flicking it up ever so slightly. This doesn't want to be too neat. Now don't go too mad, don't flick it right up there. I would also say with this bit, I wouldn't really do any flattening of the paint by now, because this bit with a little bit of texture in it, a little bit of sort of profile to it, it can look better, it can look really nice. So if you look right below this bit here, it's really dark on your reference. So we're going to start getting that dark colour in there, and then below it's coming over this way, it's coming right below the wave, because obviously that's the shadow where this is hitting. So about there, and I see a little bit of dark there, and that's it for the darkest value. So I'm going to clean my brush off, and then I'm going to be painting this main section here. Okay, we're nearly there. Okay, now, no, that isn't too neat. I've just really just hammered it in and just blocking the colour in, and that is what a blocking is. We are not trying to get a finished article or a finished good painting on a blocking. So please do not try. It is all part of the process. So that's the blocking complete now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 5 minutes. I'm probably going to grab a cup of tea, and then we're good to go again on second layers. Okay, we're on to the second layer, which you'll know is texture layer. First though, we are going to paint the back of the sea. Now the technique is just little short straight lines, like so, okay? And let's make sure I've got the paint consistency right. So not too neat, but sort of little interlocking lines. That's our distance C done. So working on the texture on this area here, we'll work here and then we'll work our way across. The main brush we use for our texture is our faithful #2 fan brush. This is the perfect brush for doing texture, and if you use it right, it can be really easy. So let me show you how. For these lines that are coming down here, what I like to do is I'm just going to be dabbing this on the top, and I'm just going to pull it ever so slightly. I am not applying much pressure at all, okay? And this is starting to build up the texture and the marks that we want. Now that is not a finished article, but that is starting to be how we want it. Now, the technique you want for this, sorry, just get my brush ready, is I'm using it quite straight on in a stabbing motion. Now I'm again not pressing very hard, so you can do it like this, or if we use it too much like that, you might get too much of a curve, and we don't want that. That's why sometimes I like to use it a little bit head on, and you can see this beautiful texture is just creating here, and it's quite effortless really. Yeah, okay, I like that. So We're going to glaze now. So a glaze is, you've seen me use it throughout this. It's a translucent layer that's we're gonna wash it over the existing painting underneath, and you're still gonna see some of the painting underneath, but it's going to change the colour of it. Okay, so let me show you. So this is where the medium's very important. We'll take some medium, take a bit of black, take a bit of blue. Okay, so the areas where I'm seeing dark, see, I'm just washing it over. If you can see, I can still see all the details underneath, but see how that's really made that pop and made them made that cool shadow. So obviously where you had your highlight bit there, you don't paint that, you paint the shadow underneath. You got to think which bits you're highlighting and which bits you're putting in shadow. You can't do the same bit, obviously. I would say a bit there. And that, I would say, is about it. And there we have it. That is how you paint a seascape with a lovely crashing wave, with lovely blues and turquoises and a lovely blue cloudy sky.